Hello, Math Masterminds. Today we're going to take a look at reflection, which is a form of transformation. A reflection of an object is the flip or mirrored image of that object over a line of reflection without changing its size or shape. And today we're going to see that that line of reflection is either going to be the x-axis or the y-axis. A reflection preserves congruence, but not orientation. Some examples. Here's a reflection over a line of reflection that represents the x-axis. We see the image is reflected into the water, showing a mirrored image of the mountaintop. Here's an example of a reflection over which represents the y-axis, and we see that mirrored image once again. Reflection preserves congruence, but not orientation. Now let's take a closer look at some shapes that are going to be reflected over the x-axis. Here we have our figure, which is the original, and we're going to reflect over the x-axis. The x-axis serves as our line of reflection. So our image, our pre-image, is going to reflect over the x-axis, and this will be the position of the image. Well, let's take a look at each point. When we reflect, we must make sure that each point is the same distance from that line of reflection. So here we have point L. From the origin, we can identify its coordinates, which is -7,5. And if we take a look at our image, L prime would be -7, -5. Point O, we see that it has coordinates -5, 1. So O prime will be -5, -1. Point N, and its original position is -2, 1. So N prime will be represented by -2, -1. Point M, its original position is 0, 5. So M prime will be 0, -5. Now, what I want you to pay close attention to is when reflecting over the x-axis, the x values stay the same. The y value becomes its opposite. And we see that once we have projected both the pre-image ordered pairs and the image ordered pairs. So this is what the algebraic rule would look like. Now let's take a look at a reflection over the y-axis. The y-axis serves as my line of reflection. I have my figure, and I'm going to reflect it over the y-axis. So now that would be my new figure. And once again, what I need to keep in mind is the equal distance of each point. So the rule for reflecting over the y-axis is the y value stays the same and the x value becomes its opposite. The big idea I want you to walk away with regarding reflection: reflection preserves congruence but not orientation. When you reflect over the x-axis, the x value stays the same and the y value becomes its opposite. And when you reflect over the y-axis, the y value stays the same and the x value becomes its opposite. As always, if you have any questions, you can always reach me by clicking the help button in order to reach me in my office hours.